Hello everybody. Kelly Thibault's stunning return to General Hospital. Will Dr. Britt Westburn rise from the dead? The soap opera world was sent into a frenzy this week when Deadline broke the shocking news that Kelly Thibault is set to return to ABC's General Hospital in July 2025. More than 2 years after her beloved character Dr. Britt Westburn met her tragic demise. The announcement has sparked intense speculation among fans about whether the actress will reprise her iconic role or take on an entirely new character. With many theories circulating about potential resurrection storylines and dramatic plot twists that could bring the Britts back to Port Charles, the mysterious return questions surround Thibault's role. According to Deadline's exclusive report, Kelly Thibault will be back on General Hospital screens starting in July, though the specifics of her return remain deliberately shrouded in mystery. Executive producer Frank Valentini expressed his enthusiasm about the casting decision, stating, "I am thrilled to have Kelly back on our show. We have some fantastic twists and turns planned for her character." However, the most intriguing aspect of this announcement is the uncertainty surrounding whether Thibault will return as Dr. Britt Westburn or portray an entirely new Port Charles resident. The ambiguity has not gone unnoticed by fans and industry observers alike. As TV Insider reports, it remains unclear whether Thibault will once again play Dr. Britt Westburn. As far as General Hospital fans know, is dead or will play a different character entirely. This uncertainty has only fueled the speculation fire, with fans desperately hoping for their favorite character's return while simultaneously preparing for the possibility of seeing Thibault in a completely different role. Thibault herself has been characteristically cryptic about her return, offering only tantalizing hints about what viewers can expect. In a statement accompanying the announcement, she simply said, "It is good to be home." Later, in a TikTok video that has since gone viral among soap fans, Thibault promised that her return would be a wild ride while carefully avoiding any specific details about her character or storyline. Britt's tragic end, the hook's final victim. To understand the magnitude of this potential return, one must revisit the circumstances of Dr. Britt Westburn's death in January 2023. Britt's final storyline was among the most emotionally devastating in recent General Hospital history, combining personal tragedy with heroic sacrifice in a way that left viewers both heartbroken and inspired. The character had recently learned she carried the genetic marker for Huntington's disease, a revelation that fundamentally changed her outlook on life and her future prospects. Determined to live her remaining healthy days to the fullest, Britt organized what she intended to be her final celebration, a New Year's Eve birthday party that doubled as her farewell to Port Charles. It was to be her first real birthday party, a poignant detail that highlighted the character's complicated relationship with her mother, Dr. Liesl Obrecht, who had never thrown her daughter a proper celebration during her childhood. The tragic irony of Britt's death lay in its timing and circumstances. Just as she was preparing to leave Port Charles quietly to live out her remaining healthy days in private, she heard a terrifying scream that would change everything. Jocelyn Jacks was in mortal danger, confronted by the serial killer known as the Hook, who had been terrorizing Port Charles residents for months. Without hesitation, Britt intervened to save the young woman's life, engaging in a fierce struggle with the killer who was later revealed to be Heather Weber. During this heroic confrontation, Britt sustained what appeared to be a minor cut from Heather's poison weapon. However, the poison proved fatal, and Britt died in her mother's arms, having redeemed herself through the ultimate sacrifice. Her death transformed her from the antagonistic character many had known as the Britts into a beloved hero who gave her life to protect an innocent young woman. The speculation wildfire theories about Britt's potential survival. The announcement of Kelly Thibault's return has ignited a wildfire of speculation among General Hospital fans, many of whom have developed elaborate theories about how Dr. Britt Westburn could have survived her apparent death. These theories range from the plausible to the fantastical, but all share a common thread: the desperate hope that one of the show's most compelling characters might somehow return to the canvas. One of the most popular theories involves Britt's mother, Dr. Liesl Obrecht, secretly orchestrating her daughter's survival. Fans have noted Liesl's mysterious absence following Britt's funeral, suggesting that the cunning doctor might have faked her daughter's death to allow for secret medical treatment. This theory proposes that Liesl, using her extensive medical connections and resources, arranged for Britt to receive life-saving treatment from a discreet specialist in a hidden location. allowing her to recover from the poison while the world believed her to be dead. The show's own history has provided ample precedent for such resurrections. General Hospital has a long tradition of bringing characters back from apparent death, often through elaborate medical or scientific explanations that strain credibility but satisfy fans' emotional needs. Characters have returned from presumed deaths due to experimental treatments, witness protection programs, memory loss, and even more outlandish explanations involving advanced medical technology or international conspiracies. Adding fuel to the speculation fire is the fact that Britt's Huntington's disease diagnosis itself has been questioned by some fans and even addressed within the show's narrative. A significant portion of the fanbase, for 6% according to a Sofa poll, believes that Britt never actually had Huntington's disease at all, suggesting instead that Victor Casadini manipulated her test results as part of a larger scheme to control her mother, Liesl. If this theory proves correct, it would remove one of the primary obstacles to Britt's return and provide additional motivation for her to fake her death and disappear. Past storylines and character development. To fully appreciate the significance of Kelly Thibault's potential return as Britt Westburn, one must consider the character's rich history and complex development throughout her tenure on General Hospital. Since her debut in September 2012, Britt evolved from a scheming antagonist into one of the show's most nuanced and beloved characters. A transformation that earned Thibault a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in 2022. Britt's early storylines established her as a formidable presence in Port Charles, capable of both devastating cruelty and unexpected vulnerability. Her schemes included stealing embryos, manipulating paternity tests, and engaging in various deceptions that earned her the nickname the Britts. However, these antagonistic actions were gradually revealed to stem from deeper psychological wounds related to her complicated family history and desperate desire for acceptance and love. The character's parentage provided rich dramatic material, as she was revealed to be the daughter of two of General Hospital's most notorious villains, Dr. Liesl Obrecht and Caesar Faison. This heritage created ongoing internal conflict for Britt, who struggled to overcome the legacy of her parents' evil actions while forging her own identity as a capable physician and, eventually, a hero. One of Britt's most significant romantic relationships was with Jason Morgan, a storyline that generated considerable fan interest and speculation about potential future developments. Their relationship blossomed during a period when both characters were on the run, creating an intimate bond forged under extraordinary circumstances. The romance was cut short by external forces, but the emotional connection between the characters remained strong, leading many fans to hope for their eventual reunion. The relationship with Jason has taken on additional significance in light of Thibault's return announcement. Some fans have speculated about potential secret pregnancy storylines that could have occurred during their time together, though such theories remain purely speculative and unsupported by confirmed plot developments. The emotional impact of Britt's death on Jason has been referenced in recent episodes, with the character learning about her fate and displaying visible grief, suggesting that their connection continues to resonate within the show's narrative. Fan reactions and industry response. The announcement of Kelly Thibault's return has generated an overwhelmingly positive response from both fans and industry professionals, highlighting the significant impact her portrayal of Dr. Britt Westburn has had on the General Hospital community. Social media platforms have been flooded with excited reactions, speculation, and expressions of hope that Thibault will indeed return as her beloved character rather than taking on a new role. Current General Hospital cast members have also expressed their enthusiasm for Thibault's return. Cameron Matheson, who plays Drew Kane, responded to Thibault's Instagram announcement with "Love this," to which the actress replied, "Thank you, Cameron. Excited to work together again." Similarly, Caitlin McMullen, who portrays Willow Tate, commented, "Can't wait," with Thibault responding, "We are going to have some fun." These interactions suggest that Thibault's return has been warmly welcomed by her former colleagues and that her integration back into current storylines may already be in development. Thibault herself has expressed gratitude for the overwhelming support she has received since the announcement. In an Instagram story, she wrote, "To get the chance to do it all again, and do it better than before, I will forever be grateful to ABC, Frank Valentini P.G.H., and all of my General Hospital family." This statement suggests that the actress views her return as an opportunity for creative growth and improvement, rather than simply a nostalgic reunion with a former role. The timing of Thibault's return announcement has also been noteworthy, coming just days after the news that Jonathan Jackson would be departing the show once again as Lucky Spencer. This timing has led some to speculate that her return may be part of a broader strategy to maintain viewer interest and emotional investment during a period of cast transitions. The uncertain future, what lies ahead? As July approaches and Kelly Thibault's return to General Hospital draws near, the speculation and anticipation continue to build among fans eager to learn the truth about her character and storyline. The deliberate ambiguity surrounding her role has created a perfect storm of excitement and uncertainty that has captured the attention of the soap opera community and beyond. Whether Thibault returns as Dr. Britt Westburn or takes on an entirely new character, her presence is certain to have a significant impact on the show's dynamics and storylines. If she does return as Britt, it would represent one of the most dramatic resurrections in recent General Hospital history, requiring creative explanations for her survival and addressing the emotional aftermath of her presumed death on the characters who mourned her. The possibility of new storylines involving secret pregnancies, hidden children, or long-lost family connections remains pure speculation at this point. Though such dramatic revelations would certainly align with General Hospital's tradition of surprising plot twists and emotional revelations, fans continue to theorize about potential connections to existing characters, particularly Jason Morgan, and the possibility that Britt's time away from Port Charles may have involved significant life changes that could reshape multiple storylines. Executive producer Frank Valentini's promise of fantastic twists and turns suggests that whatever role Thibault ultimately plays, it will be central to major upcoming storylines that could have far-reaching consequences for multiple characters and relationships. The show's writers have a significant opportunity to craft a return storyline that honors the character's history while opening new dramatic possibilities for the future. As the soap opera world awaits more concrete details about Kelly Thibault's return, one thing remains certain: her comeback to General Hospital represents a major event that has captured the imagination of fans and industry observers alike, promising to deliver the kind of dramatic storytelling that has made the show a beloved institution in daytime television for over 5 decades. Next, we are delving into the seismic news that has left the Port Charles faithful reeling: the sudden and poignant departure of Jonathan Jackson, the beloved 5-time Daytime Emmy winner who masterfully brought Lucky Spencer back to our screens. Just last summer, fans rejoiced at his return, a celebrated homecoming for a legacy character. Now, in a whirlwind of emotional goodbyes, Jackson is once again exiting the role he made iconic. In a profoundly honest and revealing interview, the actor peeled back the curtain on the deeply personal reasons that necessitated his departure, offering a glimpse into the man behind the character and the difficult choice that led Lucky Spencer to leave town with a broken heart. The unseen struggle, a bridge too far. At the core of Jonathan Jackson's difficult decision was a relentless logistical battle that many fans would never see on screen. The grueling reality of a bicoastal existence, a constant juggling act between the creative energy of the Los Angeles set and the quiet sanctity of his family home in Tennessee, ultimately became an insurmountable challenge. Jackson, a devoted husband to his wife, Lisa Voltaggio Jackson, and a dedicated father to their 3 children, described his return to General Hospital as a bit of an experiment. The family entered this new chapter with optimism, hoping to find a sustainable rhythm that would allow him to pursue his passion while maintaining his cherished family life. However, the constant back-and-forth travel, the time zone shifts, and the days spent away from his loved ones began to exert a significant strain. "We gave it our best shot, but we weren't able to keep it going," Jackson candidly admitted. The sacrifice, initially a noble effort for his art, began to outweigh the reward. He realized that to be the present husband and father he strives to be, something had to give. This wasn't a decision born of creative differences or on-set drama, but a choice made from a place of love and responsibility for his family, proving that even for a television star, the heart truly is where home is. Art imitating life, Lucky's heartbreaking farewell. While the news of his exit may have felt abrupt to the audience, Jackson revealed that the finality of his decision only crystallized very recently. As the writers began mapping out the future for Lucky Spencer, Jackson came to the profound realization that the character's unfolding journey in Port Charles was no longer in harmony with the realities of his own personal life. This prompted a swift and decisive narrative pivot from the show's creative team, who crafted an exit storyline that was as emotionally resonant as it was sudden. In a beautifully poignant and ultimately tragic sequence of events, Lucky, filled with hope for a future he so desperately wanted, laid his heart on the line. He proposed to Elizabeth Weber, the woman with whom he shares an indelible and complex history. The proposal wasn't just a question, it was a culmination of their shared past, a plea to build a new future on the foundations of their old love. However, in a moment of painful clarity, Elizabeth turned him down. Her rejection wasn't born of a lack of love but from the mature, heartbreaking understanding that their paths had diverged too far. She recognized that they couldn't recapture the past or build a stable future under such fractured circumstances. Heartbroken and with his dreams for a life in Port Charles shattered, Lucky packed his bags and left town, his on-screen departure mirroring Jackson's own real-life exit. A joyful reunion, celebrating the GH family. Despite the challenging logistics and emotional weight of his departure, Jackson's return was filled with moments of profound professional joy and personal connection. He spoke with immense warmth about the opportunity to once again share the screen with his on-screen family. A major highlight, he shared, was reconnecting with Rebecca Herbst Elizabeth. He lauded her immense talent, describing her as one of the most talented people that I've worked with. Jackson praised her deeply intuitive and intelligent approach to acting, noting that their powerful scenes together felt effortless, a testament to their years of shared chemistry and mutual respect. The reunion extended to other cornerstones of his GH experience. He expressed deep appreciation for getting to work with his iconic on-screen mother, Jeannie Francis Laura Spencer, and the legendary Maurice Bernard Sonny Corinthos, fixtures who have defined the very soul of Port Charles. These reunions were not just about reprising roles but about rekindling long-standing friendships. Furthermore, Jackson was grateful for the new experience of working alongside the talented Kate Mansi, which brought a fresh and invigorating dynamic to his scenes. This fulfilling, albeit brief, return allowed him to create one last chapter with the colleagues who became his extended family. A new creative horizon, the call of music and verse. Looking ahead, Jonathan Jackson is not stepping away from the spotlight but rather redirecting its beam onto other passions that have long nurtured his creative spirit. With his time in Port Charles concluded, he is eagerly turning his focus toward his flourishing careers in music and writing. Fans will have new ways to connect with his artistry, as he revealed his exciting plans to release a brand new solo album later this year. This project will allow him to express a different, more personal side of his creative voice. In addition to his musical endeavors, Jackson is also set to publish a book of his poetry, offering an intimate and introspective look into his thoughts and observations. This new chapter marks a deliberate shift, allowing him to explore fresh creative avenues and embrace projects that align more harmoniously with his family life. He is excited to see what new ventures emerge as he dedicates himself to these twin passions, ensuring that while he may be gone from our television screens for now, his artistic journey is far from over. Next, we are diving headfirst into a contentious storyline that has the entire fanbase buzzing and deeply divided. It seems there is a breaking point for even the most devoted viewers, and a baffling new dynamic between two of Port Charles' most powerful figures has officially crossed that line. We are, of course, talking about the increasingly frequent and perplexing private meetings between the city's mayor, Laura Collins, and its most notorious kingpin, Sonny Corinthos. A groundswell of frustration is building within the general hospital community over what many perceive as a bizarre and pointless narrative choice. The writers have committed significant screen time to these weekly chats, a decision that has left a vast portion of the audience scratching their heads and flooding social media with pointed criticism. This isn't just a minor plot point. For many, it's a fundamental misreading of character dynamics that threatens the integrity of both Laura and the show's moral compass. The anatomy of a pointless conversation. The core of the frustration lies in the substantial lack thereof these interactions. Scene after scene unfolds in a similar, almost formulaic pattern. We find Mayor Collins and Sonny Corinthos tucked away in a quiet corner of the Metro Court, sharing hushed words over coffee. Instead of a tense negotiation, a moral reckoning, or even a grudging exchange between two powerful figures with a complicated history, viewers are treated to something far more baffling. Laura, the respected mayor and a woman who has personally stared down the barrel of mob violence for decades, inexplicably launches into monologues that serve only to validate Sonny. She consistently reassures him of his inherent goodness, dismissing his violent reputation as mere perception and insisting that the citizens of Port Charles will simply have to accept their bestie status. The conversations lack the depth and gravity one would expect. Where are the thought-provoking discussions about civic responsibility? Where is the acknowledgement of the victims of Sonny's criminal empire? Fans are left wondering why Laura Collins, a character defined by her strength and moral clarity, is being used as a personal cheerleader for a man whose actions stand in direct opposition to the laws she is sworn to uphold. The missed opportunity for mature, compelling drama is a source of immense viewer disappointment. Decoding the backlash, fan theories and frustrations. As our readers can surely imagine, the digital town square of social media has erupted with theories attempting to make sense of this creative direction. The comments reveal a deep-seated discontent and a search for a plausible behind-the-scenes explanation. One of the most prominent theories suggests that these scenes are a result of actor influence rather than organic storytelling. A significant portion of viewers has commented along these lines. Pretty sure M.B. Maurice Bernard demanded it. You know he needs to be propped. Also, Laura is beloved, and much like with Heather and Evan, if she says they are a good person, the audience will believe it. They are desperate to get the audience to forget Sonny is a cop killer. This perspective posits that the show is leveraging the immense credibility and affection associated with Jeannie Francis's Laura to launder Sonny's tarnished reputation, especially in the wake of his more recent and unforgivable actions. Another scathing critique focuses on the potential long-term consequences for Laura's character, suggesting the scenes are a prelude to her downfall. No, they are pointless to any storyline except for Laura getting thrown out of her mayoral office for corruption, one fan predicted. This theory imagines a rival politician or an enterprising journalist documenting these cozy meetings, building a damning case against the mayor for consorting with a known felon. In this light, the scenes aren't just pointless, they are a ticking time bomb under Laura's political career. Furthermore, many viewers argue that the entire dynamic fails on a fundamental level of on-screen chemistry. They don't fit from a chemistry standpoint as friends either if conversations are awkward because the writers are searching for any commonality to discuss, another critic wrote. But if MB has decided he wants scenes with GF, then it's a Sonny world and we all have to watch it. This sentiment highlights a feeling that the dialogue is stilted and unnatural, forced into existence to serve a purpose other than compelling drama. The Minority Report, a glimmer of redemption. However, amidst the overwhelming chorus of criticism, a quieter perspective offers a more generous interpretation of the writer's intentions. Not every viewer is ready to dismiss these scenes as a creative failure. I actually like these scenes, one dissenter commented, acknowledging their minority status. I'm in the minority here, but they showcase Laura's innate goodness and perhaps highlight Sonny's continuing journey to the side of goodness. This viewpoint sees Laura not as a naive apologist, but as a beacon of unwavering compassion, a character whose core belief in redemption extends even to a man like Sonny. For these fans, the scenes are a slow-burning exploration of Sonny's potential for change. They argue that Laura's steadfast faith might be the very thing that nudges him, however slowly, toward a more righteous path. This fan concluded, whatever the reason, I especially love Laura in these scenes. Sonny I don't really care about. But I like the scenes. For this segment of the audience, the focus is less on rehabilitating Sonny and more on celebrating the boundless empathy that has always defined Mayor Laura Collins. Of course, whether these scenes are a misguided misstep or the subtle groundwork for a brilliant long-term arc remains to be seen. General Hospital fans will have to keep tuning in each and every day to discover the true purpose behind this divisive pairing.